RingGangRadio.com. Take over. Last mission. Final boss mode.
I can definitely. P, do you want to get into the poll? Or is he still politicking with the rat? I think P's still politicking with the rat, so let me go bring that poll up. Yeah, our polls have been pretty lit lately. Like, people be loving those polls, man.
It's gang, it's ring gang. Like, ain't no one else doing what we does.
So this poll was birthed off the news that we got, less than a week ago, where finally, Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter have signed to fight, and obviously, this would be Crawford's biggest challenge since he moved up to welterweight.
No, ever.
I'm back.
Don't say his biggest challenge at welterweight. Say ever, because there's motherfuckers who've been waiting since 2014.
Ever.
So don't just let him get off with this fucking. Well, who's the biggest challenge at welterweight? No fucking ever.
Nigga, I'm gonna focus on welterweight changes.
Is it true?
When in 2014, fucking Stevenson retired. Fucking Golovkin 1 foot out the door. Come on, we had so much shit happen between this time waiting for this dude to have a fucking big fight. Let's just put it in context. We're not gonna just hop to a time machine our ass to damn welterweight.
I'm just gonna. It'll be semantics, I guess. But either way, it's like say, it's. We're all looking forward to it. It's in November, and we'll definitely have more to talk about, especially as we try to hopefully build a card around it. But it kind of births some inspiration regarding this next poll, which would be which underdog has the best chance of pulling off their upset in their upcoming fight.
And it's been an upset.
Oh, I'm here. I can do it. I can take it from here.
Okay, I didn't know because you was kind of politicking with the rat out there, bruh.
Yeah, Starscream taking Megatron gun back. Hold on.
Nah, I was politicking with the Kill All Rats members, not with a rat. I was politicking with a fucking rat. We don't do deals with that. Anyways,
okay, yeah, take it away, P.
Anyways, this poll was which underdog has the best chance at pulling off the upset in their upcoming fight? Is it Usyk, Kambosos, Plant, or Porter? We got 267 votes, and the overwhelming majority, 59%, said Usyk.
And obviously, yeah, and like I said, Usyk is probably the only one on that list, really.
Porter was second with 24%.
Yeah.
Kambosos got 11%, and Plant got 6%. I'm surprised he got any at all.
Yeah, that must have been me because I voted for Plant.
Yeah, nigga, that's you. You the one lone person out of 267.
Well, at least people realize that Usyk is a quality fighter. Depending.
I actually went with Kambosos.
Mine was Usyk. I picked Usyk, and honestly, Kambosos might actually have more of a shot now because, like I said, we all know.
Especially with all the circumstances, Teofimo with COVID and backed up. Like he's like, if there's any time to beat him, it's now.
Yeah, like there's been too much shit fuckery that's going on with Teofimo right now, especially he just had his first child and everything like that. So we don't know where his mind state is now. Yeah, I'm not saying Kambosos is some otherworldly talent, but he is talented enough that he can actually take advantage of a lot of things that are going wrong in somebody's camp if you're not careful. You know what I'm saying? So and of course, luckily they finally, that fight is going to be on a Monday of all places. At Madison Square Garden. So obviously, if you actually want to know our thoughts on that particular fight, I don't think it's anything to change. So yeah, you can probably revisit the archives on that. And I will. And I'll
did a podcast for that.
Yeah, that was before all the shit, the postponement and shit.
I'm getting old now, man. You look at our YouTube, we got like 700 fucking videos.
No, yeah, we definitely.
We're gonna do a special show for 1,000.
Yeah, no, we definitely did. Yeah, I'm gonna retweet that whole podcast that we did on that particular fight. Like I don't think our minds have changed since then, like, all that much.
You know, Usyk is. I couldn't pick him because I feel like he's fighting the best fighter.
That's also true. You know, but then also you actually you're a fan of Plant, and you picked that, and obviously, I mean, a lot obviously just off optics, you know, Plant and Canelo. I mean, Canelo's seen as the top fighter in the sport today, and Plant has not exactly lighted the world on fire at 168.
I'm just looking. I'm going off the style, and seeing that Canelo's had to have tough matchups where he's had to really just dig in. He's been winning them and dominating them, of course.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been bullshitting through him. He hasn't had a bullshit. The Yildirim, I almost don't even count that. That's like smacking up somebody down the street or some shit. Like,
yeah, that's WBC fuckery. That was fuckery.
Yeah.
That's fuckery that you should have been involved in. But the WBC was, you know, wanted to give him a belt somehow. You know what I mean? So that was that shit. So I mean, yeah, but honestly, truthfully, and I say with Plant style, he would be there if he wasn't for the fact this motherfucker is a 6-round fighter. He can't move for 12 rounds. And
he's fighting another 6-round fighter.
That's also true, but then the other 6-round fighter has more heavy artillery.
Yeah, has a knockout power, and yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
it's all about control and ring. I'm gonna say the ring generalship is the key for Plant to beat Canelo.
Yeah, just basically it has to be done in a way where, because I mean, Canelo's chin is pretty solid. I mean, obviously, he hasn't been down yet. He's only been hurt like maybe a couple times in the ring, you know. So it's like, I mean, it's pretty solid. I don't think Plant's gonna change all of that, you know. So, but the big thing with Plant having the ring generalship is he has to have Canelo to respect his punches. Canelo has to respect the type of power that's coming from Plant. If he doesn't,
all he got to do is respect the boxing skills.
Yeah, because basically Canelo,
power will come.
Because the big thing with Canelo is Canelo can reset. Speed makes Canelo reset and reset a lot. I mean, we saw the Floyd fight. You can see like Floyd had him resetting so many times and have him thinking that Canelo just couldn't do anything with him.
And he always kept a jab on him, like
exactly.
Canelo has a blueprint for him. There's several different ways you could beat Canelo. It just comes down to the opponents.
Right, like I mean, Triple G could, you know, arguably.
Triple G showed you there's 2 ways you could beat him.
Yeah, like
Floyd showed you a way. Laura showed you a way, really.
Laura definitely showed you a way. Hell, even Amir Khan actually showed you a way before he got clipped.
Yeah, and it's like I see Plant doing a better job of what Khan was trying to do.
Yeah, and don't forget even Jacobs too. And this is why I get
Jacobs is another one, and this is why I was saying Canelo's a 6-round fighter, because that was the last time Canelo was really pushed in a fight like that. Mm-hmm. Like, and this is from a Jacobs that was had a bad night, really wasn't looking all that great. It was more about what Canelo couldn't do in the second half than what Jacobs was doing.
Right, yeah, because Jacobs, the reason why, because he started so fucking slow. If Jacobs had actually started a little bit faster, he could and should have won that fight. But
and remember, Kovalev was doing pity pat Amir Khan boxing in circles for like 11 rounds.
Yeah. I mean, at the time of the knockout, I mean, shit was damn near almost a draw.
A draw or Kovalev ahead. So people can't tell me like Plant doesn't have a chance. He can't do something similar to that. Like, dude has an excellent jab. It's shit he has to work on. Yeah, stamina and keeping control. But
the other thing too, and this is why I also harp on too with Plant, his competition has been ass. Like, there's no way
he hasn't been able to fucking not dig deep, because I felt like he dig deep in the Uzi fight. Yeah, but that can't be your only. You can't have one fight where you dig a little deep and then everything else is like, mid.
Yeah, like the Subway guy fight was a no. His IBF Mando was what it was. It's his Mando, and then facing Caleb Truex after that, he didn't stop him or knock him down. That made me raise an eyebrow, because Truex should have been one of the other should have happened in that fight, and it didn't hurt that he hurt his hand in that fight as well. So that's another thing.
But the thing is too, sometimes we've done it before where a guy finally steps up and we're quick to write him off and be like, well, he's gonna lose. You know, he's stepping up too late. He's selling his belt. This, that, and then they prove niggas wrong. So I feel like we're gonna get a situation like that with Plant. It's a long shot, yeah, I know. Yeah, you say I'm against the grain, this, that, but
I mean, I saw some shit. I mean, Canelo is like a minus 1,000 favorite. Shit, nigga.
So let me see the odds on that real quick.
I saw that. That was like the other day. I saw that shit. I was like, really?
Yeah, they making them like Plant is just food, but we'll see.
And then with Porter. Now Porter, one thing you have to respect, Porter has faced the gauntlet at welterweight. Like he's faced the true, like from Devin Alexander to Kell Brook before he got ruined, to Errol Spence, to Keith Thurman,
Broner, Danny Garcia.
Yeah, Paulie Malignaggi, these were all these were actually names in their divisions. You know what I'm saying? Porter is, like I said, Porter I think probably has a winning record against all these, so he's not a pure welterweight jobber. You know what I mean? But
he's a top 5 welterweight. Like shit, like if Porter beats Crawford, that's one of those type of wins that could get you in the Hall of Fame.
Quite possibly, yeah. And obviously they'll
well, I wanted it, like shit.
And of course, it'll make it very easy for Heyman to actually make the fight with with Errol Spence or Ugas for that matter. Although Ugas has shown that he doesn't really want. I mean, Ugas wanted the rematch with Porter. Porter didn't want it. So this is where sour grapes, unless Al can convince both of them to do it.
Look, Ugas need any big significant fight he can get. And first of all, I heard he's going to be fighting Stanionis next, and
that's probably going to be. And truthfully, Stanionis can actually beat him.
Stanionis will beat him. Shit, me and my sister just talked about this shit. Like we both see him putting his foot in his ass.
Yeah.
Like he should have celebrated that Manny fight even better, because that little reign is going to be over soon.
Yeah, you're definitely right though. Because now, if you beat Stanionis, I'll be like, okay, that
respect will be given. But he's had it though. Like he beat Omar Figueroa, and I respect him for that. It's how he beats people, which is what always keeps him from getting that extra buzz.
Right.
That's not our fault. We know what we see. He controls that.
Yeah, so
that's why I always talk about it. You don't have to hurt your opponents to beat them. Like, dude, I've seen Corey Spinks' career. I've lived through Chris Bird's career.
Paulie Malignaggi's career.
Paulie Malignaggi, all these dudes, they weren't fucking knocking dudes out and hurting people in boxing. Dudes with ring generalship in boxing.
Yeah, facts, pure facts.
And I feel like Porter could do a mixture of that. I honestly feel like he need to swarm Crawford early when Crawford's cold, and then when Crawford trying to picks it up, Porter reverts into that damn back and forth boxing football footwork shit he does, where he's in and out, and just frustrate Crawford and do enough to try to get a decision.
Yeah, because one thing we just told you, Porter. Obviously, Porter should not try to box with Crawford, because Porter tried to do that with Ugas, and it almost led to him damn near losing. Because
and Ugas shoots himself in the foot, because when Porter is trying to box, he's not pressuring correctly.
Right, he's
trying to box too.
He's trying to box too. That's what
and then you have moments where both guys are just looking at each other for seconds and 10 seconds at a time. That's why I never was one of those people who said Ugas got robbed, because he could have clearly took that fight.
Yeah, you're right.
And put a stamp on it, and that's his problem. He don't put stamps on fights. So unless the other guy looks clearly bad, like the Pacquiao fight, he clearly beat Pacquiao, but he didn't put a stamp on it.
Right.
That's why you had some people like, "Whoa, I could have seen a draw, or they could fight again," because people weren't satisfied.
Right. Absolutely. You're right.
And you leave all this fucking food on the table.
Yeah, it's So that's what makes it. I mean, like I said, I mean, doesn't mean that Porter can. I mean, Porter can be Porter with the right strategy. Porter can make shit hot for Crawford. Like, he can, I know, but I know the common thing right now is that Crawford will stop Porter, and I know that's been pissing off Pete to no end.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen the way people want it to happen. People almost seeming like Crawford's gonna just wipe his ass for Porter from the get-go and knock him out. Like, if he happens to stop Porter, it'll be late and it'll be on some epic. Like, he'll earn that motherfucker.
Yeah, like, I mean, let's put it this way. Like, I mean, I thought Spence would knock out Porter, and instead Porter put legitimate hands on Spence way too much for me to, that had me thinking like, God damn, like, the fuck is this?
About that knockout, that knockdown, that fight's a draw, really.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I had Spence winning by 1 in that fight, and that's because of that knockdown. Because Spence was legitimately not only getting hands, but legitimately getting lit up by Porter. Just like Porter was also. It's like with me and P at the Porter Thurman fight. Like, Thurman was fighting for his fucking life in that fight. Like, like Thurman was catching some real hands. So I mean, it's not out of the order. So it's not out. So
I don't know, for some reason, like Thurman's ring generalship is better than Spence's. So it's like he kind of controlled it when Porter would land some good shots. Mm-hmm. Spence, on the other hand, is like right there, and he's getting hit with overhand rights, and he's buckling and backing up and shit. Like,
yeah, there was way too much.
It looked worse. Thurman was always moving, so unless you land a good shot and stay on him, kind of like how Josito Lopez did. Like, Porter never had a moment like that.
Yeah, no, not at all. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's what makes this intriguing. For like, obviously, now if Crawford stops Porter, then obviously, I mean, there's nothing you can say because no one has stopped Porter before, and that would be a hell of a win.
So let me ask you this. I was gonna make this a poll, but I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll come up with something else later. If Canelo and Crawford by some chance win by KO or win clearly in their fights, who has a better case for being pound for pound number one?
Canelo,
unfortunately.
Yeah, this nigga said unfortunately.
Yeah, because like I said, I mean,
everybody's shit's on plan.
Get that ginger hate out your heart.
It ain't no hate. It's like I'm listening to you.
I'm fucking.
Dudes is like, oh man, Plan ain't shit. He gonna get stopped. This, that ain't knowing. He ain't got no chance in hell. But then people who's gonna celebrate if Canelo stops him and say he's pound for pound number one over Crawford. If Crawford knocks out Porter and it does the same shit that that people saying Canelo gonna do.
See, I mean, my thing is not. Let's say because Canelo wins. Obviously, Canelo's undisputed at 168, which is a big, huge accomplishment.
Yeah, it's the more meaningful fight, but I think Crawford Porter is more meaningful because it's a pound for pound guy finally getting an elite opponent. Where Canelo is like, he's trying to be undisputed now that the work is a little easier.
I mean, that's another thing you could probably think about too. So it's like one.
It's not that like he didn't want Andre work at 160.
That's very true.
People. It's no hate. These are facts.
So it's one of those things. I mean, but like I said, undisputed title does. I mean, it is an accomplishment. Like I mean, to unify the division is an accomplishment, no matter who or what. I mean, it's pretty hard to do it in this era. So the fact that there's a unify 4 belts and more often than not.
Look, if you the A side, you can make it happen. I don't even think that shit's all that difficult. Like, it's more difficult in a division like 154 where everybody's a killer and everybody's fighting each other constantly, and you got so many different promoters and all that shit going on. And
but that's the whole reason why we hold Josh Taylor so high for weight, because he really went through the whole. Like, dude,
and he fought more dangerous opponents for his unification, and he was never no A-side guy. He was a damn near prospect starting off all this shit.
Right, but I think it's just more or less that Canelo is actually the fact that he has the recorded wins over high-profile fighters himself.
Yeah.
So that's what gets him. So whereas Crawford, for most people, does not. So a win over Porter won't change things. Like Crawford,
I wouldn't argue it either way. Like if somebody said Canelo's more deserving of it, I would be like, cool, yeah, I could see that. If someone said Crawford, I'm like, yeah, cool.
Because to me, I think everyone knows the real fight at welterweight right now is Crawford and Spence, and whenever Spence gets, can come back.
But dude, like honestly, we just gotta let the Spence shit go.
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, Spence has had his work taken too many times. Like the shit that he be like take Keith work, he let Pacquiao take it. The Pacquiao work, Ugas took it. So Spence keeps losing his career fights. Now, God forbid that Ford takes the Crawford work, and then pretty much then Spence will be like, yeah, Spence might as well just go fucking give up the belts and go to 154. You know what I'm saying? So it's Spence is a whole different issue.
Yeah, I'm just not ready to start setting up damn. Hold on, what the Plant is better than Andre than Jamal?
Oh
Who's
shit!
trolling?
I just saw that comment too. And
Who the fuck is trolling? State your name, B.
Ayo Beezy, that's his name. Oh, that's from the Collie, bro. I know that dude, bro. Yo, bro, you talking? That's real controversial right now. Yeah, you talking real controversial right now, bro.
What did he say? He said Andre is better than Plant.
No, he said Plant is better than Andre and Jamal.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, no. I mean, personally, I think Andre would actually beat Plant. So would Jamal too.
Yeah, I think so too, and I'm a Plant fan. Like I think Plant quality, but damn.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. You know why I know Plant's not better? Because he's getting the Canelo fight.
That's facts. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know.
Thank you, Rusty. Thank you. Based off what? A Uzi fight? A Uzi that wasn't even loaded?
Oh, and also I gotta make sure shout out to Joshua. Oh, salute. Yeah, I don't think we didn't see y'all there. Like salute.
Oh, yo, salute Joshua. Oh, I ain't seen this dude in here in a minute. Yo, day one right there. So what's up?
Hope you've been good, Joshua, man. We missed you in these live chats, bro. Although we've been doing them a little early, but it's football season, so we'll be doing them a little early now. So you can never,
because boxing Twitter turned into football Twitter, now.
I mean, okay, let's see. If Jamal could beat Plant, he would have already. They both PBC. Well, yeah, but they're not in the same division now. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
honestly, Plant Jamal, thinking about it, that could be like more of a 50-50 fight, but I would still favor Jamal, like, because Plant could move and he could box, but I don't know, like, I think Jamal's a bad style for him.
Yeah, no,
he ain't gonna get tired. He'll keep throwing.
Especially at 168, because we all say Jamal's been, might have little issues making 160. He's not going to have those same stamina issues at 168. That's the damn sure.
And he don't even fight like he got like he legit gets tired in like the 9th, 10th round, like
right
after throwing a shitload, like throwing power punches. Like I'm not gonna get on somebody for that. Like
nah, so it's like
this is not like Pascal and Canelo getting winded in the 6th round and they're doing their damn haymakers and shit.
Yeah. But yeah, and Rusty, this is what Rusty is right. Yeah. White Point is playing as fought many of these top guys, playing PBC, and this is where my
it is PBC. Is the management is something over there?
Yeah, and this is where this is my issue with Plant right now, because like I said, he's had 3 title defenses, and neither of them are what you consider. I mean, the mandatory is the Mando, whatever, but the other 2 were not fights he should have took. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Like, I mean, obviously we know that Benavidez should have been the guy, but Benavidez, has had a lot of personal issues and shortcomings and failings as of late. So the Plant Benavidez fight never got made. But Benavidez is still undefeated and still wants to make his 168 fight. So yeah, I mean, if Plant does win the belts and Benavidez does get by Usyk, who he's facing next, then yeah, we got to see this.
Benavidez keep fucking his own self up.
Yeah.
He keep losing the belt, keep doing this, that. So it's like you keep offering somebody a sandwich and they're like, nah, I don't want it.
Right. And Rusty, yeah, like the big mistake. Caleb Truex is Caleb Truex had his day in the sun. Like he's a former champion. We give him that respect, but he has not looked good since that fight. He lost.
He's older now too, though.
Yeah,
Truex has seen way better days.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like that's what it was like. I mean, that's what.
Imagine what the plan. Hold on. Imagine what the Truex that fought Jermaine Taylor would have did the plan.
Exactly. You know,
It makes you wonder.
Yeah, like Truex has definitely seen better. Truex was losing to an old Peter Quillen before he got called up because of the headbutt that opened him up. You know, Truex is really seen. He's not trash. He's getting old, but yeah, he's not the type of fighter that I want to see getting a title shot or being in eliminators for that matter.
Yeah. I mean, I respect Truex because he's one of those guys that not ultra talented or nothing, doesn't do anything great, but he puts an honest effort and he beat the Gale fair and square.
He's the guy that we would call in football scrappy, high motor guy.
Yeah, the one you keep on the roster just because. You know.
Bring that energy and just that hard work. So yeah, he ain't trying to get on, dude. It is what it is.
But we just want to see him actually let's put it. What stopped Plant from actually facing the other champions in the division, or at least trying to make a fight.
We've been asking. It seems like forever we've been asking for Plant and Benavidez.
Right, that's the thing. It's like Plant. There are better opponents for Plant than Truex and Subway. Eat fresh. You know what I mean? So
there's been better opponents for Benavidez too. Like, it's a PBC thing, man.
Yeah. So it's like that's basically that's what I'm saying with Plant. Like, no, that's one of the reasons why I don't think Plant will probably win the fight against Canelo, because simply his competition just has not been there to at least prepare him.
But there's been plenty of fighters that remember, people bitched and moaned about Ricky Hatton competition not being up to par before he fought Kasazu.
Oh, don't get me started on that fight.
But we saw what happened.
Yeah, no, he punched that
nigga. Yeah. Pat's gonna have an aneurysm right now.
Yeah, no, I don't want. This is the Lord's Day, bro. Don't let me. I don't want to talk about that.
People said Jermaine Taylor wasn't prepared for Hopkins. We saw what happened, so I'm never writing anybody off. Jamal went life and death with a bum. I ain't gonna call Montiel no bum.
Let's just say that wasn't supposed to happen either.
Yeah. The jobber sounds a little nicer.
Yeah, let's just say, first of all, that fight should have never happened, but that only happened because PBC wanted Kirkland in that spot, and Montiel just happened to upset him. And
Jamal really went life and death more so at the end.
Yeah.
He didn't it wasn't a whole back and forth life or death fight, the whole fight. Like, maybe like the ninth round on it was.
Yeah, I'll say because after that one, because when you start seeing Jamal Charles start rocking and rolling after getting some combinations, then something was going wrong.
Dude, Montiel was doing pad work on Charlo. Like, I put it in the IG story. Dude, we was practicing shit with Rome. You throw the uppercut and then you come with the overhand with the same punch with the same hand. Like I'm like literally like, dude, like he's landing our sequence.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I remember I was watching this fight. I'm like, oh yeah, this is gonna be something. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Did Charles just start doing a silly dance?
Montiel was fucking.
Montiel.
Yo, he let them hands go the last couple of rounds. Like, that's why I can't shit on nobody who entertained me like that, especially in this drought of mid right now we going through.
Yeah. So and then
he still got Korobov problems.
And that's also facts too. But unfortunately, Korobov is too injured to actually get the rematch. I don't even want to see that fight now.
PBC fucked that up. That should have been an immediate rematch after that fight.
Absolutely. But Korobov,
I had Maul winning, but it was close. And if somebody says Korobov deserved the win, I can't really argue it. Like, it's that close.
It was one of those spots where I was like, Jesus Christ, Korobov could have kicked it. But then Korobov got a draw, and then he lost twice because of injury, which I was pissed about.
Wait, hold on. Tony Harrison backed out the Tim Tszyu fight?
Yeah, he did.
What the fuck I'm hearing this now? Like, why?
And Probably because that's probably an L for him right now.
I don't know about that because Tim Zoo's like he is known to like fucking like they're kind of like clout chasers. So I don't know if that fight was ever gonna actually happen. They might just be saying that.
But either way, I'm not mad at who he's facing now, who he's signed, because who he's facing now is still a dangerous fighter. So. And
it's not like Tony Harrison looked that great against. I thought he lost against Perella.
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. So it's not. So I mean, either way, it's all good. I mean, Zeus still got a quality opponent. This Quavo is just not a former champion.
Because I mean, look, this is 154. If one fight doesn't happen at 154, you're gonna get something else just as good instead. Usually,
yeah, like
this ain't welterweight where if a fight don't happen, then you're like, oh fuck this, like we gonna fight that.
Yeah, like I'm not worried about no damn 154. 154. The fights that happen, they'll be all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Shit.
You'll end up getting what you want. You'll get a fade. I know that.
Yeah, that's hell yeah. So, but yeah, we've gone through, of course. But yeah, the underdog. It's interesting. I mean, obviously we talked about Usyk and Joshua, and so yeah, we just hope that for Usyk, he does live up to that, and that's why I picked. And for Kambosos, that's in a couple of weeks. We hope Kambosos does his thing. Plant, that's in 3 weeks or so. We hope Plant can do his thing. And Porter, that's in 2 months. We hope that he can do his thing. Although Porter needs to cut down all his broadcasting and shit. That nigga needs to go into training now.
He said he's been training. Like Porter don't look like a dude that stopped training.
Yeah, no, I'm saying though, but this dude be on the road too much. I mean, you see like dudes on Triller, dudes on PBC, dude be on the most random broadcast, bro.
And he's still gonna put in an honest effort, or above honest effort against Crawford. That's a sad thing, because I don't want to hear about motherfuckers talking about, motherfuckers don't promote. This dude is fighting a top pound for pound guy, and he's doing all the fucking heavy lifting for the promo.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, you absolutely right on that.
Charlo versus Laura.
That's probably past. That probably shouldn't happen.
Can we get Laura against anybody decent right now?
Yeah, no. Look, Laura right now is. Yeah, Laura tried to get the fight because he had the GameStop WBA belt until the WBA eliminated him. So he wanted the shit against Murata. I wonder why. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Oh, that's the shit people were talking about. Oh, that's gonna stop the Golovkin fight. Like,
yeah. So yeah,
I thought Laura was retired. He may as well be retired. Shit.
Yeah, like
he's been retired since the Castaño fight. To be honest, he ain't done shit else except run around dog racetracks down in Florida.
And, once that Castaño, I mean, I think he tested his will. Once Castaño got that, once Castaño put him through the ring, although I thought it was a close fight, Laura didn't want any more of that shit. Where it's like, you know what, I'm 38 years old or 45 in Cuban years. You know what I mean? I need to preserve myself. Let me just one punch some of these bums out of there.
Shit. Yo, didn't he go the distance with one of them? Like,
he did. He really did.
They basically said, you know what, you're gonna be the star of our PBC on Fox. They just kept feeding him jobber after fucking jobber after fucking jobber.
Yes, sir.
Main event, man. I'm just like,
yeah, Laura right now, like, I mean, he'll take a risk, but it's gonna be one of the calculated risks. Like I said, I think the Hurd fight took a lot out of him, and the Castaño probably took another. Yeah,
that was who ever had a worse back-to-back fight than him? Maybe Brooke.
Yeah, Brooke. Yeah,
I'm gonna fight Golovkin, and then I'm gonna fight Spence, who's like the southpaw Golovkin.
Yeah, and get both orbitals busted. Yeah, that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Years later, I'm gonna help pad Crawford's record.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, those underdogs, like they're all live underdogs too, but we'll see. Well, we'll see who actually does pull it off. It'll be interesting follow up. I mean, once all of this comes back, it'll be an interesting follow up podcast.
Yeah. This is gonna be a part 1.
Yeah.
I think part 2 gonna come at I think November.
Yeah. Somewhere in November.
Man, end of November be the Thanksgiving podcast.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving us these fucking fades.
Yep. Oh man, but yeah. So I think that is it for our boxing topics. We do have